why the M5? Why Leica?
So why the M5?
Yes.
Well, you. I guess the first person to put me on the M5 is you, because it's cheap.
Yeah.
I never heard of the M5, and I think that's probably why I was able to afford it. You know what I mean? The reason why I like it though, well, I'm starting to like it after I got it, was I really like the spot meter inside of it. Like, I don't know if that's like the biggest seller, right? But I do like, pretty simple to tell when you're either overexposed or underexposed, right? Just has these lines crossing together. I really like this guy right here, the little shutter dial. I find that if I'm shooting, like right now, like I'm just doing that. I can do this. Pretty simple, but does that make it any different? Yeah, I guess it just looks like the uncool version, but like, is that because no one else thinks it's cool though?
Yeah,
I think so.
It's only uncool out of context.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it's a great camera.
Yeah.
I think that I'm thankful that you introduced me to it though. Because I'm like, to get a spot meter on an M6 is crazy expensive.
Oh, yeah. The back to me, like this just feels
A bit high.
very tall.
Yeah.
It's not like bad. Yeah.
It does what it needs to do, you know what I mean? I don't think I've ever had a problem except when we were shooting with Ultramax.
Yeah.
When it's my fault. I left it in my car when it was like 30 degrees.
Yeah.
And it was cooked, dude. It was so cold that I think it made like double exposures.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know enough about cameras to say why, but I had a lot of double exposures on that roll. And you felt
like
how crunchy it was.
Yeah. Maybe the advance just wasn't.
I don't know. I don't know why it did that, but
because like the crunchiness would make sense if the advance, if the take-up spool was not rotating as it should. It's not going to adjust the film properly. So that's like the crunchiness is the sprockets and the holes there.
Yeah.
So that would mean it's like stalling out a little bit, which would explain layered exposures, but still interesting.
Yeah, that's the only problem I've ever had with it. What do I hate about it?
Do you feel like now that you have this, you don't want to shoot with any other cameras, or?
No.
I mean, like any other 35mm cameras.
I mean, I would still use my AE1. I think if you were to put this against an AE1 still, like, I still find joy in both of them. I do like, though, that it's a rangefinder, but it's not because it's a Leica.
Yeah.
It's because it's just quiet, it works. I think it's just well designed, right?
Yeah.
Do I think it's going to set you apart from anything? Or any different from any of the 35mm camera? I mean, like, no.
Yeah.
But this lens, though, love this lens.
Yeah.
This lens is sick. Summicron 50 f2 version 5. Only because it has this thing.
Yeah. Let's see this real quick.
You got it. Dude, that's what it does. Bam.
Boom, version 5.
And actually, there is a disadvantage to this lens though.
Yeah.
Like, no one makes any like aftermarket hoods for it. Like, there's no hood for it because it comes with a hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that cool square hood looking thing. There's certain shots that I feel like I wasn't thinking about, I guess,
Yeah.
when I had my AE1. But there's so many different factors as to why I even think that way. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that was my first camera ever.
Right.
And now moving to an M5, like, which is a huge price difference. Like, it's a beautiful camera. It works.
Yeah.
Like, I think like I've had this for like only like a month and a half though.
Yeah. How many rolls have you shot through?
Dude, I think I've shot like 10 plus, maybe like between 10 and 15 rolls. And I've almost never hated any picture I've taken. I've taken some great pictures that I think are like some of my favorites of the year. Since having this, but I think maybe it was like driven by the excitement of having something new.
But still, I think that's worth. I mean, we're talking about minute details in terms of quality of camera and like all of the minor things, like the advance pulls nice and the shutter sounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Blah blah blah. The lens has qualities to it and stuff like that. So like your excitement plays into the quality of the photos and how you receive them. So I think that's a fair assessment.
Like, I think that I'll continue to keep shooting on this. Like, I don't feel like I need another 35mm camera after this. Like,
that's a good thought to have.
Yeah, like I want this like for the rest
Yeah.
of my time shooting film, right?
Yeah.
And I hope that it lasts throughout. I mean, this was made in like the 70s, I think.
Yes. I think so.
I'm trying to remember. Like it was like a short time period. Like I
Yeah.
looked it up
Yeah.
and everything because like people hated it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, which is
But-
so funny.
Yeah.
I know they just make like the M6 again, and
Exactly.
the M4, which is the same thing. Like
Yeah.
M4P or the MP and all that stuff. It's just like, yeah,
But like, how different are all of these like film bodies at the end of the day? Like, I don't think like any of the Leica M bodies are that much of like. It's not gonna make you better. It's not gonna make this. I think it's just all preferential.
oh yeah,
Is there hype in it?
yeah,
Obviously.
yeah, yeah. It's the brand recognition.
Yeah.
I've noticed that you don't have the red dot anywhere, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously this is a trash camera. Not even worth talking about. You waste my time with this fucking.
Exactly. I don't have the red dot. I don't have a. Yeah, I guess I don't have. It says Leets on it though. Right. Shout out.
No,
Shout out my boy, dude.
Doesn't count.
OG. I don't.
Ernst Leets,
Mhm.
something like that.
It's a good camera.
Yeah.
That's all I can say, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to justify to anyone why you should buy this camera
Right.
or why you should get it. But I feel like from the moment I started using it, I just loved it. Like,
Yeah.
it just kind of made sense.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I feel like I've been more consistent with having this camera because it's forced me to just get out. Even if I don't want to get out, I'm gonna get out and shoot. And more often than not, I end up enjoying what I'm shooting anyway.